even hear me. You should be able to hear me now, I think. Yeah, the mixer wasn't moving. I can't believe I told a whole damn story and just remembered now that the mic wasn't working. That's so funny. Anyway, probably for the best though. It has nothing to do with this project. Wow, I did myself a favor probably. Anyway, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing chat if chat chats. Okay. I do apologize for that. It's one of the many things you try to sort of keep. And let me just refresh the screen. Okay, I think we're good. Actually, I'm not going to continue with that story because I don't know if it was being told, because it will be so weird now to continue with that story when no one could hear anything anyway. So what I will say, if you are interested in that, I am streaming again on that project on Friday, so you can catch that, where I will discuss it a bit further, because I really should be making that app, because it'll be a cool fun project, and obviously I think I'll share it open source anyway, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to vibe code it, because it's a shiny app and I need to be getting more experience making them, and it'll be cool to make like a random image generator. Because I think what I will say as well is that that project that I'm making now was just from a list of 100 different ideas that I got. And it's so funny because the model that I randomly selected is the same model I used for the drone synthesizer. And I was not happy when that happened, because I was looking forward to using something different, one of the newer models, but that's the one we settled on. But I eventually got into it, and now I'm really, really into that design. Purely because it's just the direction that I'm choosing to go. Oh, what a nice point. The direction I'm choosing to go in with what I got from the prompt is something that I think is going to be really cool. So if you are interested in checking it out, I think it's open to everyone as far as I can tell. Although I'm not sure though, because I think in the settings that I had sort of set for the live streams on Patreon, it's open to anyone who wants to watch it. But I think you have to be, when it says member, I'm hoping that it means that you're just like a Patreon user, because it is open to everyone. So if you can come check it out, but there will be a video, of course, when it's done. But those are such a nice time just to sort of not actually no, I was going to say not think too much, but there's so much more just sitting and drawing, because I get to use my tablet just to sketch things out a bit, because it is one of those things where I need to sort of plan things out in my head and figure out mechanisms. So yeah, it is a fun time. Okay, so that's gonna be that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is we are going to wait for this clip to finish rendering, and then we'll work on it. Oh, the other thing, I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but I discovered that when I'm in the 3D viewport and I'm recording, right, perspective is not your friend, or at least it's not mine, because there was some weird artifacting that I found in the recordings that I'm not finding in some projects. But if you ever do run into some weird artifacting if you're recording, just make sure that you're in orthographic. I think for me, orthographic works and the recordings are clean and not as jittery, because that was just something that I was picking up. Just need to inspect this clip. Also, so I told you about Friday. Wednesday, I also, was that, no, Wednesday, this past Wednesday was the second stream for the oil sump pan. And that was also a really nice one because I had left the first one not too happy about the shape of it, so I knew that it was still early enough for me just to take a step back a little and just work the shape out a bit, simplify things here and there, and just sort of like embrace the fact that I was still very much in the iteration stage. So I didn't need to get too married to what I had. So I ended up just deleting quite a bit of it and rebuilding it. And oh yeah, I did post some of that in my community post. But I just to see that shape in motion, like with some of the play with the light is just so, it's so damn nice. It's so nice. Okay, so we're done with that one. And I don't know what it is, but there was something really magical about last week where everything was just clicking, at least for the 3D projects. I'm hoping to carry that over. First, starting the week off with finishing this one. Okay, so we are good to go on this one. And what we're going to do now is just, we're going to flip this model and then set up the view to right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I think it's got to be this one. So oh, that was really quick. That was not, that's going to be a jarring experience, but that's what it is. Okay, so let me get this in there quickly. So this is the part now where we discovered last week that we could set our own axes. So that's what I'm going to do now, just to clean up that where those two shapes meet. Because I do think, I mean, I could leave them that way, but I just think it would be so much better to treat that specific part, excuse me, with a bit more care. Where is, there we are. Okay. Oh, 3 seconds. So even those ones that feel really short are still, they're still good. Okay, so actually I was supposed to do that. Is it just selected? And then review to that. Now I can zoom in. I think that's fine. No, I think hopefully that's fine. Actually, maybe raising it up a bit as well. That'll be the one. Alright, okay. Actually really looking forward to this right after this. But I think having just said that, I'm now realizing that I'm setting myself up for a bit of a struggle because I've never done what I'm about to do before, so I think it will be good just to get that experience, because that's going to open up so much. Because I remember this functionality in SketchUp, it was a bit more manual in the sense that when you wanted to do it, you would actually literally put the axis gizmo thing onto a line or an edge, and you'd manually move and rotate that. But I'm thinking blenders will also be quite cool in its own way, because just to be able to sort of set your axes on any point or any edge allows for more freedom where you normally would. I'm just going to stick to what I'm familiar with, you know. So that one's done. Let's just free up some room. I really shouldn't have deleted that before checking it, but I trust the clip. But let's just check it out quickly. Yeah, no, that was chill. That was chillos. Okay. Before I record this one though, I do need to see that what I'm trying to do is actually doable. So what we're gonna do now, and I'm hoping, hold on, let's just, oh, did I not? Okay, it is kind of different. You know, I'm just gonna work on this part and then do what I did before, which was take that out, move it there, mirror it, and then just apply it back. I'm hoping that they are going to be a little different. Wait, that's a little wider than that. I did not notice that until now. Oh, because ooh. I suppose this is where it mirrors, because that would be as thin as that, but then of course that had its own thing happen. Okay. Okay, so we needed an edge selected, which we have, and then you go here and then you hit the plus key and it makes that edge. So I've already done that, and that's this edge. I wonder if you can just can you just delete these? Okay, you can. Okay, so let's just say even this one. So I did that, and then you just, it's so damn simple. And then you can just name it, right? Okay, Blender. Okay, so now my thinking is that I need to do that, and then I'm just gonna do that, move that, because I don't want to take the whole model. So now if I mirror that, wow, no, wrong one. You went the wrong way. Actually, wait, I did the wrong thing. So I'm supposed to, wait, is it that? That doesn't make sense. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. I also needed to set that, do that, and then at the cursor. So now when I do it, and then I just right. Okay. So then that's what I'd do, and then see, I'm wondering now if that's not too far. Okay, I do need to be higher. Okay, so that I need to be higher is the one note, and then okay, I'm feeling confident about that. Okay, so essentially what I also need to do is I need to do it on the center of this point, so when it mirrors, it's still this little edge or face stays in line with whatever that is. Okay, I think we have enough to start. That's so damn cool. It's actually easier than SketchUp's one. It's actually a lot easier than SketchUp's one. Okay, so I need to raise the camera. It needs to be a bit more top down. Oh, right, because name it is the so it's global. So that's cool. And then I also wanted to okay, that's good. A little darker is nice because it will give me some contrast to play with. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. It's nice as well because I think it was this one. I hope it was that one. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, I think we are good to go. I'm not going to show the whole axes thing again because it's already been there. Well, it's already in the stream. And it's not going to show up in that the other viewport, so definitely more of that in the future though. That's so cool. Okay, let us begin on that. Okay, so we said, oh wait, hold on. No, it's fine. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Okay, now I need to do that. Then I need to do that. Selected. Hard cursor. Now I need to slow down as well. No, what are you doing? Right, I think that's fine as it is. So then what I'm gonna do is apply that. I'm gonna apply this and then I'm just gonna now just delete. Okay, and then I think I should just join these. Oh, hold on, no. Actually, wait, no. I'm freaking out over nothing. It is just this goes, which actually does simplify things a little. And then so I'm gonna pause it here because it's too high an angle to see what's going on. Like I want the camera to be now sit here just so you can see that, and then you'll be able to catch what happens there. That was so much smoother than I was hoping. I'm gonna use that tool so much more now. Okay, let us set up. This recording. Oh, speaking of, I need to stop recording. Oh, damn, I'm flopping in this regard. Come on, don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash on me. Okay, let's see. Did you? So funny. That's twice in a row. We're going to stop recording. It looks like it went okay, but we'll see when it's done rendering. Caps lock. Nope. Okay, so that's that. Oh, that was brave of me to work in that view. Okay, so you need to move. And then I need to just lower. Lower that. Yikes. No face. That's better. And then you get lower, higher. And then I need to zoom. More. How's that? Ooh, you need to move. Like I kind of want to, actually, let's definitely zoom in a bit more, but nothing too crazy. And then I also need to lift. Bit more. Actually, that feels like too much, but okay, that was too much. Actually, no, that's the thing is that because it's gonna place it there. Actually, let me leave that as it is. That's fine. Right. Let me check our clip. I'm sad the gizmo is not showing on the recorded view. It's only showing in the viewport that I'm working on. I mean, it's fine because I have the tool icon that shows up, but it's nice to have that familiar Boxcutter gizmo show up as well. Okay. This video is like, it's so boring and slow, but I promise the fun's gonna come today. In the next portion of this. Just isolate that. Go back into this view. And then we are ready to continue. And I'm just going to, is that mirrored? So if that's the center, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Ooh, it's gonna get dirty. Okay, I do need to delete that though, so let us begin Actually, let's do a safety save. So it's probably just a move to delete that. Dissolve that, I'll just delete that too. And then that's probably better. So now I can just loop. Okay, so I need to delete up until it should be here, but I think it's gonna be there because what I want to do as well is also, yeah, I think it should be here. I'd rather go out a bit more than to get squashed and lose, even though I think that's gonna be better than that. Because what I should do now is okay, okay, so for now I'm just gonna close this, and then let's just RX and 80, and then I'm gonna drop it down again, and I'm just gonna, oh crap, okay, well I screwed that up. Anyway, that's going to be a funny little section, but that's fine because it will be over in the blink of an eye. Okay, delete that. Okay, all I need to do now is just close up the bottom section and start adding some creases. So let's delete this old clip and set the new one. Oh, so silly. Like 14 seconds for what? Actually, no, I probably can. Actually, no, let me do myself the favor and just make the edit now. So I'm gonna port this render. Excuse me. And I'm just gonna quickly in the editor just clip it at the moment when I go into object mode. And then I just need to set up the next render now to be in object mode but zoomed out. So back to Brenda. Okay, so we're zoomed out. This can get hella confusing sometimes. It's 1.4, I think. Actually, hold on. Okay, so let's say I'm x180. I need to do this backwards. Nope. rx180. So where are we now? So we're here. Okay, so nope. Oh, this is not fun. Oh no, this is not fun. So now it's causing the issue. It's this guy. Okay, that's fine. But now you need to actually you need to go there. That's better. So nope. This is a tricky angle to work in. Thing is though, it's easy to navigate when I'm in perspective, but I can't use perspective because it doesn't agree with the recording. So because I already did that. Issue is that actually no, I'm not gonna say that for sure because I don't actually remember if I was ever in perspective for this project. I do think though that I have been in perspective for the MDP2, but I don't. So it's RX180. And hold on. So that's where we are. We definitely need to zoom in a bit more. But it's not gonna be. See, even that's fine, but that's better. Yeah, no, that'll be good. It'll be what it'll be. I'll just damn. 35 is the one. Okay, so RX 180. Oh no. Okay, so I do need to. It is 1.4 because that's such an odd place to be to start the next clip in. So 1.4. I think that's better because we start from there, and then we'll just. Okay, that's best. That is the one. Okay. Pause our new clip. Okay, that was great. Right. So now let's jump right into the next one. Oop. Needs to be selected. Okay. RX 180. And then I've gotta go camera. Okay. So first I need to remove Lord help me. How do we do this? Okay, so let's just do this. Hide. Not. Yeah, that is the one. And then yes. Okay, so now just see. I initially just want to do that. How many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's 2 of you, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna do that. I think it might be 3 though. So it ends up being that. I think. No, it's 6. Damn it. Yeah, I don't have much room to play with there. But let's see. Nope. I wonder. Okay, so that was a full Pokemon there. That turns that. And it. Oh. I've got 1 too many. Okay, so if I join that. If I join that. Then that's not a Yoba. Okay, that's really, I'm just looking for the cleanest solution. We kind of want to that right, and oh, I guess I will be doing that. Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, that's fine. Do that. Do that. Oh damn! Ooh, I was lucky there. Okay, that's fine. Now I can just figure it out. I feel like I'm staring at the solution. Okay, so that and that, if I close that, issue, it is an issue. Hold on. Hold on. Actually, hold on. What I'm trying to do. Oh, that and then if it is just going to be one more, and I don't have it. I don't have it. It's fine. Is it? I feel like I can just lose one of these. No. No. Okay, well, that end gun is just gonna have to end gun, dude. The end gun is just gonna have to stay. Or I can just make it a triangle. That's fine. And then I'm gonna go Alt H. And then let's close. That worked out nicely, I think. Okay, wait. I really want to do that, but I think it's that. It really feels like it's that and that. And that. Right. Can't even see that, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so then we'll stop it there. Right. Okay, so what's left to do? It really is another world over there, but I just need to figure out now why. Okay, because there's two. Because those two were there. And hopefully those two don't give me too much issue. Which I think they will. but the angle needs to change anyway. So what I'll do now, don't think those will be worth showing, because I think what this can be, this next one can be the final clip for this, and then I'll just do that weird cleaning. Just, I mean, nothing new is being made, it's just being tidied up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flatten that edge. Okay. It's just that edge. I'm going to do that bit where I copy this over. So that's going to be an interesting one. We had one on the outside for this section. Now we're going to have one. I'm not going to have the space to move it inside, will I? Will I? And it's got to be. Ooh, what the? What? No. So I got to set an edge. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to create this. And oh, they made it all the way simple with this last mail. Well, last misso. Okay. So that's the one. Okay, I just need to remember those steps. But I think so then I gotta take that, move it to the cursor, and I gotta zoom out by a lot. So part of me wants to believe it will still be visible on the inside. I just don't think so though. Unless see, if it was perspective it definitely would have, but I don't think it will. Now let's not do that. Actually no, it needs to do that at least, and then I have to zoom out a bit more because I need to do it on the outside. Okay, but then I'm wondering, is it not better than just to do it on? No, but then you can't see the reference selection there. Okay, you know what? What does it look like when it's 1.9? You still can't see it. And if it's 2.5, we should be able to see it. The issue is that, okay, so I just need to try. No, I'm forgetting that. I'm forgetting that that stays visible. I mean, I can do it right there. My worry is how confusing it's going to get when I guess I can just select it, the geometry. Just select the geometry. Copy that geometry over, delete what's left here. Because it will just be, I can just delete that. Okay. Maybe not worry too much about this. I think it was that. And it was that. Let me not overthink it. artwork was nice as well. Wait, did I say the last one was going to be the last one? Or did I say this one's going to be, oh, this one's going to be the last one. Okay, let's make a count. I think we're good here. The preview is also good. Here goes nothing. Save. Just to be sure. Okay. Oh no. Sorry, I need to reset. I'm working in the wrong view. Damn it. My brain really is switched off today. Switch the hell off. Okay, I need to reset this whole thing. Thank goodness I just did another save not too long ago. Because I will also reset the 2D viewport. Okay. But it doesn't reset the screencast, please. Okay. It's good to go there. Let's try that again. Let's just, let me just do that. It really should just be, no, actually yes. Actually yes. Okay, I'll just do it to that point because another fumble here is that half of this is not going to be seen. Okay. So, nope, we're not done. We'll do okay, so now what I need to do is do that. P. What are you doing? No, no, damn. Okay. Words. Selected. Sergeant, the cursor. Was it not? That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, let's just. What I'm gonna do, I'll just apply the rotation. Rotation. Why is it not? The thing is, if I select both, it's not going to do. Is it what? Oh. I want to do that. It's. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, but it's selecting the right one, it's not. That's confusing. Why is it? What? Okay, well, I'm scrapping this clip. I'm just wondering why it's not working now. Let me stop the recording. I need to figure out why this one didn't work. Okay, what if I go local? What if I make it local? No, because what it's doing is that it's still keeping to this orientation. So if I line that up, that should be straight as well. I don't understand what's going on. Because, okay, let's just select this thing on its own. So that's what I'm trying to, let me just delete all of these. I'm probably missing something, but I'm going to figure it out now. Okay. So for whatever reason, it makes it a face if you select more than one, which is not what we want. Okay, so that didn't change. Notice how that didn't change. Maybe I need to be... Why is that not changing? Is it a selector? That is so weird. Why is it not working now? Okay, we don't want that. I wonder why it's not working. Okay, let's try another place. So, what about this one? So if I do that, that should be turning, because right now that is the same orientation as that. And if I do that, is it deselected? And then I go edge. So I'm just gonna set origin to the recursor. Right. Origin to geometry, geometry to origin to center of mass. Set, is there anything about? Okay, but I will set the origin to the 3D cursor. And then try this again. Maybe that's what it needs. Create orientation. Okay, so that works. But why is it not? I'm not understanding. Okay, so let's see. What about faces? It's not doing it at all. Like it's not. Okay. Well, I don't wanna. I don't want to waste any more time. So what I need to do then is just use these axes. I would like to know why that's not working now. Because it's just weird how it worked before, but this one it won't. Okay, if that's the case, then I don't need this edge anymore. Okay, so what I'll do is I think it's, is it 30 or 60 degrees? Nope. 30 degrees. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Let's just get the other view set up. Okay. Jordan. RZ minus 30. Then I now just select the faces. What I'll do, I'll start with, oh damn, maybe I should. Hey. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. I might as well start with the underside. Because it'll look like nothing's happening for a bit. And then we said it was 1.2.5. So that. Ooh. Don't try me now. Then I'm gonna go blip. Bro, no, no. What no? What no? What is this? Median point. Actually, to be fair, to be fair, to be fair. To be fair. To be fair. So I'm gonna go cursor to selected. Origin, so origin to the cursor. Bro, what is going on? Total. For the life of me. Okay, enough. Okay, then I'm going to apply this. It's interesting. Going to delete these faces. And we'll take that. Delete the vertices. And then I have to hold on. Just up to that edge. And then it's just up to that edge. I think it's up to this halfway point. Here's hoping. And then okay, I'll clean that up later. Nope, it covers those two. Okay, I think that covers it. Faces. Then go A1. A1. And I'll go GX. Okay, then I go back to the camera and it's 0, 35, 0, 6. And I'm just gonna do that. Join. And I'm going to join these in the center. Oh, this is gonna be so damn tricky. What the is going on? I know what I could do is merge by distance, but I don't trust myself not to create a problem elsewhere. So for now, I'm going to trust this, the slow method now. Okay. And then okay, not flawless, but that part's done. And I do owe it one more. I know I said that was the last one, but yo, that was rocky. I don't know what happened there. Let's just get this clip rendering. That's gonna be an interesting one to see how that turned out. But it was nice having the predictable shape of the triangles to fall back on, with the angles and the 180s and the 30s. But it's so weird how it worked the first time. And I don't think I did anything different. It just it wouldn't, because I was waiting for the 3D cursor's lines to turn, but they didn't. Excuse me. But it's fine. I got what I wanted out of it. So let me just render this, and then almost at the fun part. Really fun part. I'm interested to see what ends up coming out of that. Okay, so you know what, maybe that should just be the end in terms of recording clips. Nothing interesting is going to come out of all of what I do next. So let me just clean this stuff up. Because then what I'm going to do after that is I'm just going to zoom out and just start applying the creases. I think that'll be the last one, because that does need to be done. And it's just good that that's also visible, just so it's known that it relies on creases for the sharpness. Interesting. Okay, so that just needs to join into that. So how is that looking underneath? You will not no, man. It doesn't look like it is. Okay. Let's quickly clean this up. Okay, so that's mirrored to that. So whatever this joins up to, I wonder. So it's not an exact mirror, because this is wide. Okay, that is the issue. That's wider. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'm just going to extend it. Need to be on the edge. Nope. Nope. I don't feel like this was easier before. Actually, no, I'm not. just need them coming off. Then I do faces. Okay. There is something afoot here. Yeah, there's a weird warping, which not a giant train smash. It would have been nice if it didn't. But Anan just, well, let's just fix you. Let's just fix you. This. This. I need to be sure. I know it's all this. Okay. Let's just make sure that I didn't catch any. That's fine. I'm not too fussed about that. If anything, what I'll change there is just make those equal so it catches properly. But other than that, everything else is okay. Okay, let me just check this clip. Yeah, the sped up version of the clip really does make up for those moments of confusion. Like it literally, it's like half a second that you wait. Okay, perfect. So the next clip I'm going to record is just going to be me adding the creases and then finishing with the subdivision modifier applied for the smooth polish. And then that's going to be the last one. But for now, I just want to save and just clean up the model a bit more, and then we do the last one. Okay, so I do think that you are going to ask me to do some shenanigans here. And thank goodness you're 3, because what that means, hopefully it's an easy enough fix. Okay, so what this immediately means, okay, that's fine, that's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna go, let's set 0. I'm just gonna drop you to that level. Drop it to that level, drop it to that level. So now, you just join up with that. So I'm wondering now, no, that is the move. That is the move, that is the move. Okay. Okay, that's just how it's going to terminate here, because I don't want to just change too much. Okay, so then you go here, and you go here. Okay, now I need to so you'll find that. And what you're gonna do is just join up with what's already here. That is hella confusing. Hella confusing. I need to check my GPU. It's humming again. It hums. Okay, that's fine. Wait, no. Hold up. So EY. GY. So it needs to go here. Just do this thing. Yep. GY. Okay, I'm joining it to the right one. Just gonna do a quick cleanse, and then these also need to now move. And just move so there. Probably didn't need to. GZ. Okay, so I said that's just gonna go where it is, but I also needed okay, so I think we will go through. No, it's not this one. I don't have to delete this one. What is this? What shape is this? Okay, so this confusion. Okay, so yeah, let me just delete all of that. I do need to delete all of this, but okay, do I need the second one? I have the second one. Oh, okay, so the second one also goes, because that was corresponding with the thinner side. So now this is this. Okay, so you also help. Okay, and then oh no. Okay, okay. Damn. Okay, so that is my mission. Should close it. Do need to see that one because I need to know. That will still need to see this. Okay. Okay, sure. Alt H. Okay, so I wasn't imagining that this is gone. So close that. Close that. Why is this card going so crazy? Let me just turn this off. It's so weird how the thing is not moving, but just editing geometry that still makes it worse. Right, so let's not move here. Bear with me, dear viewer, we're almost at the fun part. Okay, so give myself some vertices I can play with here. I do think, okay, since that's going to be straight, my instinct is just to make that I don't want to complicate it too much, because I mean if I do that, you record it there, and then okay, I do still need, let's just say, is that a clean, okay, let me just close this off then, and then we can figure out the rest of it, because I do need the rest of it visible. Okay, S0. Take it up to that. Okay, so let's now close that way. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna close that like that for now. Like that. Delete that. Realize now it's be flatten this. Okay, yeah. This just became that mess again. But that's fine. That's the point of this now, is just to clean it up. Okay, now I'm gonna just that Alt H not Alt X. Okay, so that's now done. Let's close you out. It was just me trying to preserve that, but I do want to preserve that. So what I can do. Okay, then okay, I know that's joined, but I do still need that's what I was worried about. Okay, I know why. It's because of this filler. So if I remove you, hopefully you don't look back that way again. But I think no, it's because of you. Okay, let me remove this as well. Okay, because I do need those lines. Regardless. Okay, so that's it there, but I don't want. I do know that I don't want to. I think the better bet is just to move this, but not that, because hold on, I'm sure there's a third solution here. No, I think it is just to do that. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, then. Okay, so now I need to. I remember how painful this was. I need to fix this that day before the stream. Okay, so it's fixed there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right up until and then this, and up with that, and then now I know. Okay, so let's test you. Do you line up with that? Not even half a millimeter. The tolerance is tolerable. Okay, so before I move that, I need to be sure. Wait. Ooh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so I can either because that looks straight, but that isn't. So okay, I need to drop. Okay, so that means all. Okay, perfect. So all of this drops. Ooh. That was the real thing I missed the last time. So it's going to be S of 0. That shouldn't have changed a thing. And then just dropping that to that level. Okay. And then now all of this just needs to merge. Yes. Hold on. Let's you go there. And then because you're now let's do this the smart way. So we said S of 0, right? But it's like there's a fall off for some reason. Like what is oh, running crazy. Running crazy. Okay. Okay, and that is now fine. And then now you are you are out for closing. Okay, so now I need to hold on. Why do I feel like you haven't done what I asked? Okay, so S says 0. And then that's where you should be. So 0. That's where you should be. Okay. And then I'll just join you there. That should be close there. I'm gonna isolate these little things. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, well, look at that. Looky. Okay. Okay. I think. Okay, select this. Because my way of telling was just if I apply the mod, all of it should just, the shape should now just hold as well as it can without any creasing. And that it does. So what I can do now is start applying the creases. What did I say I was going to do here? Right, because I removed that. Do I need... No, I do not, because I'm going to apply the creases. Yes. Okay, that other one can stay because I mean, innocent. Oh, right, I remember this. What? Did I not finish this? It's problem. Okay. Okay, I remember why that happened the way it did, but now I wonder how that's gonna treat me later. But we'll see. Okay. Then you that one there, and then the next one stood where it was, and then, oh, right. Right. But then how do I do the next block? Oh, there was a whole thing I still had to do. Because I remember thinking that that needs to do that. Right? And then that needed to do that. And that needed to do that. And then I think, damn it, man. Okay. I think that is what I needed to do, and then that does that. So it completely changed how these go. So we're just exploring now. It is because I can remove that. Because that's a flat surface, it won't really change. So that goes, and then this. So that's right. And then they would go to, let's just see if they're gonna let me. I'm gonna do this. It still loops around. I don't want that. Okay, let's move that for now. So, okay, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Do I really want to be messing with that? I just know that that's gonna fix a lot of problems. So nope. Remove that. And I am just asking for problems here. It does fix that in its own way, but the issues it creates, because it does clean that up, and then I would have created one more there, one more there, and then those could have carried. I don't know why. I just think that makes the flow better. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm just gonna remove this face for now, and then I think yes, I do that, and then that joins to that, so that it finishes. I remember this being one of the last thoughts I had on this section, and I think maybe I left it to be something I'll finish in a following stream, but obviously I didn't do that. No, I can see why now. Wait, hold on. I foresee a lot of Control Z in the future. Which one is this one? I don't know, am I making sense? Because if I close it there, I do remember there needed to be a... Goodness, you're flat as well. So that needs to go. And then you need to go here. I do remember that it eventually ends up on one central line. And what's fine is that at this point now I can end it on a triangle because it's on a flat. If it ends on this face, it's fine. So that goes there, that goes, and then that's, hold on. That's an interesting one. Probably there won't be that many because that can Bring it up again. Now that'll be the triangle here. Yeah. And then how do you treat me here? Yeah. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, I've got an extra one here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then here it's only, oh wait, hold on. There's, okay, so I'm going to remove this edge. I didn't add anything here. But I'm trying to see if this is an opportunity to, I don't know, I quite like that though as well. Yeah, I should close this now. And just gonna products. Okay, let's see how it closes up and then we'll see what we can do. And there's always that one damn row triangle. I'm going with it. Okay, so what I want to see now, does it, I know it's going to pinch there, but hopefully when I do all the thin things, it'll be a bit more forgiving. I've added the crease, so you don't really see it. Okay, so that's now going to be my mission, is just to add these creases, and then we are calling it done. It's so weird. I really like it when it does that sort of thing. It's like a wide and then it's just in a hard crease. Like something that just scooped some of it out. Okay. Wow, that you. Wait, what's this? What's going on here? Oh no, it's just it's just me, see? Okay, let's make me wonder if this could have been better. But that's what it is. And that geometry could still do some cool things. Okay. Now let's just add some creases. Okay, we don't need this right now. Okay, so just need to see where the last one finished and then set that camera up. And hopefully that will not take too long. Okay, so we basically just ended. I guess all I need to do is just zoom out. So grab the camera. 1.4, right? Yeah, that's good enough. And I'm just going to start, and I'll start here. Just start adding creases. Where was I? Edge or it was vertice? Okay, so that'll be it here. Good. Close this. We can delete that. Right. Oop. I had to take it out of render mode. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is my stream frozen? Am I in the wrong window? No, I'm in the right window. It looks like it's frozen. Stream, are you frozen? Let me just refresh. Oh, whoa. That was a huge delay. Okay, now maybe it's me. That is crazy. Okay, no, that's fine. Oh, that was bad. Okay. Now we can just stop coding. Oh my goodness, the damn thing was going the whole time. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now that's gonna end. Okay, I suppose it. Should that be? No. That should be. And that should be. That should be. But I'll see this as I go. I just know I'm gonna go for all the guaranteed ones that need to be. But because of how all of these shapes sort of like collided, there are gonna be many instances where I'm not gonna get it right. Ah, what the hell? So this is gonna take a many goes round. everything? Is that previous? Yep. So now, alright. Is that visible? Let's go for 3. So there's something else in here. How are you? Here's the way answer that doing it to be is because sometimes the line is too harsh. So this happen always. Oh, show me how I'm trying to make asshole. Okay, I know that one is gonna do what I don't want it to do, but okay, so I think what I need to do now is the X I'm just gonna and what I can do now is I can safely just stop it, so let it fade to black. Because we don't need to be seeing all of this. But it is good that I just show some of it. Actually, I need to make it 0 first, and then make it 1. Because I found in the past that when you don't 0 them all out first, it applies a weird scaling that's, I think that's somehow tied to what the original number was. So if I'm wrong, but I've just found that doing it that way always makes sure that it is set to what I end up setting it to. I think a lot of these support groups can go, but it wouldn't do any harm being there, so I'm just going to leave them. What? Okay. Steam current. The strangest song just came to my mind. Actually can't even remember. Oh, I'm not sure about the artist, but it's Can't Fight the Moonlight, that Coyote Ugly soundtrack. Obviously not gonna sing it. But I don't know, that song just came to mind. It was a different time back then, music. Okay, I do think I can just stop the recording now, but so ridiculous to carry on. But what's also quite nice about using creases like this versus using the older method I used to use, which is just cutting edges closer to like the main change of direction, is that I found, and I learned this while I was doing those shorter FOTJ videos like this. Such a nice example. Just that versus and I guess I could have the control. We're having to do that and then add more edges versus just leaving it open like that to produce that, or making it that number so then it's a little tighter. So much more control. So much more control. Okay, done with that recording. Let's set that recording up to go, and then then we can finish this up and then move on to the next step. Okay. Yeah, and I ended up finding so many sort of cooler things that you know when I guess this is most true in tools that you're not fully fluent in or fully agile in, I think is a better word. But there's certain things that you just won't try, or you won't be as ready to try. And some of those shapes, I mean, they're not impossible to do the manual way, but they're not going to be something you're going to reach for unless it's like hard coded into like what you really like to model. So I discovered a lot of these sort of like cool little tricks as I was doing it for those shorts I made a while back, and I never really went back. But sometimes I found a combination of the two styles works really nicely to sort of ensure that some bevels like behave as you like, because it's not one or the other, even though either one can do it, but when you use a combination of the two, they're so nice. But something that I don't really know about is whether this sort of information carries through to like other, like if I were to export these models to, or to be used in Unreal Engine or Godot or Unity, like does this sort of information get retained somehow? Or do you then need to go in that software do something else to then reintroduce the beveling and the creasing, so that whatever I see here in Blender is what you'll get in those engines? I think that's something I need to explore. I think it'll be worthwhile, at least just to have the answer to that question. Right, and almost rendered over. Okay, that really is the last clip that you will see before the final spin around. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna carry on. Yeah, so that's the cool thing about the added control the creases give you. So that I'm definitely leaving. Like all of these I'm leaving because I just think that's really nice. that smoothness is just really nice. I mean, what it does take away is no, but I guess you can reintroduce that with booleans. You can just cut to that shape. But just the contrast between a really nice fine edge and these sort of smoother like even I'm so tempted to keep that, but no, I can't. Or I shouldn't, rather. But a lot of the model ends up revealing itself right at the end. That's the other thing though as well. Is that imagine designing like that from the start with elements like that defining the shape. It also definitely makes it lower poly. But I guess that's a new behavior I need to learn as well. Like in terms of modeling. Something I need to get into. Something going on here. Okay, I'm not seeing it anymore. Wait, I saw something here. I know there's something here. That stays curved, that stays curved. I'm always tempted just to add one here. But sometimes when we do that, it ends up pinching the rest of it in one fluttering way. Wow, just really make me sound like a liar. That's a lot better. Okay, so what do I do? Wararu. Yeah, that's right. Because the thing is, right? There it is, kind of. It's just missing that. Damn, I was right. My line. But yeah, I think that's another cool exercise I should do for myself one day, is just work. What the hell was I saying just now? I thought I saw overlapping faces. It was just because I don't know who it was. I think I do remember there was a conversation on, I think it was on Twitter by Vanki. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name wrong, where they were talking about working with booleans and sub-D and stuff, and how back in the day when they were doing all of their crazy designs, they were just working off of these dials. So a lot of this stuff was still very much live models. So I think I remember needing to decide on this. I want to. What do I want to do with you? I mean, I could just move these things. No, hold on. I just have to. Actually, let's just find out what does that do. Let's see. No, look, it wants to do that. There we go again with this thing. Let's follow it. Okay. Because I know that's gonna That's gonna do what it needs to do. What's going on here? Okay, so I guess what we want me to do is that. Actually, I do want that to be done. Keep it bringing that to my attention. Let's ooh, the grumble. It's almost 5 o'clock. The grumbles. Okay, so that's cleaned that up. Okay, I wasn't expecting this to go that quickly, but okay. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm just trying to distract myself a little bit rather than give up. Because I always try to, I know this is not conventional, but sometimes I just give it one extra little edge just to make sure that it tightens it up. Because sometimes it just drags it off. So do the same there. Okay, so that's looking like that wants to be. Do you see that? That's that weird artifact thing I always get when I'm in perspective. And that was coming through in the FOTJ stream. So just as a general rule now, I don't record in perspective, but man, the views just look so much better in motion. In general, but especially in motion, they just look so damn good. But I can't do it because of this weird artifacting. I need to check my settings. It never used to be an issue, but now more recently it is. I think it might just be something I need to reconcile with my graphics cards. But yeah, auto is fine. Perspective is just it's even worse in rendered view. Okay. I know I didn't get everything. There's no ways. There's no way. Right, no, I did not. Okay, so what about you? If I do that, see my concern with this, because I could just do this. Oh, guess it's not really. Yeah. Yuck. Look at that. Yuck. I guess it's still kind of doing it because of that, so. Oh, wait. No. What am I saying? What am I saying? What I should do is just, oh, okay, now I see why I didn't do this before. Because it's very visible on this side. Okay. But again, it looks fine. This GPU just okay, hold on. I don't want to close this window, but I do need to take it a blended view. Okay. Wait, hold on. Actually, I can't because. Oh, okay, no. But I do see what the issue is here anyway. There's something about this where they're not lining up. That's why it's doing these weirdnesses. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay, so I need to essentially I need to just flatten all of this. So okay, let me just finish this on this side. So what do I do here? I move you to that. And then I just joined. So now I just need to line. It's you I need to line up. So I need to rotate you again. So it's RZ30, right? No. Actually, it's RZ. It's 60, minus 60. Because we really only need to move this way. If I look underneath, these are my culprits. I'm really tempted to, yeah, it's really bad here. I'm really tempted to line whatever this is here at the bottom with whatever it is at the top. So just to make sure that it's, so it's SX0, SY0. Gonna go GY, GX, and then it'll be more of the same logic. So now that should just be clean. And I think I'm just gonna be happier with that. At least I hope so. SY0, SX0, GY, X, SX0, SY0, Y, and I should just make that line up perfectly. Because at this point, I'm not going to get too pedantic about making sure that it's super circular, because they will be. How's that look? Get better. Get this edge. No, it's just a, hold on. It's just a warping of the edge. Okay, now there is some warping there. There's a weird bulging here. But actually, hold on. Mr. Jordan Kane teaching us the merit of n-gons sometimes. Oh, this crumble is real. Okay, that's it's a lot better than what it was. So I mean, I think that is what it's gonna be. Okay, so that's that. That means that goes. And then I'm now going to do to this. I'm going to change this because that is so difficult to watch. Hope that's right. Pretty sure it isn't. Oh, crap. Which one was it? This one? It's, yeah, feels better. Okay. Let's do that. Say SX0. SX0. No, what's that? Right, and this one is not that. You can definitely see there's a weird change in shape that happens. SY0, SX0, GX. Right, I think that fixes them all. Yes, yes. Oh, just seeing that come out right. It's so weird, like top down, perfectly circular. When you look at it that way, it's so funny how that just didn't work out the way I thought it would, but I got what I wanted. Yeah, but I'm really happy with how this one turned out. It turned out nicely like that. Oh yeah, and we got these tapering. Gotta do these too. Right. Oh, what's going on here? Bezel. Oh, these are. Why aren't you the same? Why is that better? Right. That means I'll go about. That's what I put it up. Okay, let's just. Oh yes, because they were also. Bro. Okay. No, I'm getting rid of you. So it was that one and that one. So confusing when I'm assuming that's the symmetry, but they're actually symmetrical that way. I remember how clever I thought I was being. I remember. I think what I don't spot. But that's mostly it now. Right? I think that's it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I think what's happening here. Let's see. There's someone hiding here. Such an ugly. Okay, well, I do need to. But I can just do that. Ooh. If was that. Okay, now that made it worse. That still works. What am I doing? What doing? I mean, when that goes away, the more I add to it. But I mean, when you, if you're going to level 5 to get that clean finish, then I think that's the point I raised earlier about you needing a combination of those support loops and the creasing. Because I think the support loops just add the geometry there where you need it, and without adding it all over the model. Because right now this is adding it to the whole model. How do you make it visible? I guess I got bump the quality there. So how do you make that? There's a toggle that you can use to show. Anyway, okay, let's not delay. Let's not delay. Okay, so what we should do now is save. Okay, so what I want to do now, and I'm not going to record this, so this can just be relaxed time. We're just going to start the exploration of what we're going to do, and what that is. Let's just bring back. Do I have the F model in this project? That was an earlier version, much earlier version. Is this the model? I think this is the model. It is the model. It is the model. Okay. Okay, perfect. I made it a lot bigger. Okay, so these are the two models that we made. Right? Can we just guess I'm gonna keep finding this, it's fine. So is it auto smooth? I suppose it is. What I thought about doing was now just going to these models and just selecting some faces that can be that with the idea that what they are, they're going to be frames that are going to hold the shape of whatever it is I'm going to make, right? So the aspect that these models are going into is mostly about joints. So I'm really just looking for a hero model that's gonna focus in on a joint. Like, you're not going to see the whole thing, but I still want it to be something that's interesting, that has an interesting shape to it. So, and I think I might get it out of this one, but we're going to use the other one as well, just in case. So I'm just going to start. I think this could be cool. Let's start with you. We won't go all the way around, but you do terminate in the same way, so I can always tweak that. And then actually that would be cool there. And we'll just go around like that. And I didn't even sort of practice. Oh, that could be cool. I didn't even practice this. I remember thinking about, let's just get a few ideas down, but actually that would be cool too. But it could be fun just to discover these as well. Because who knows what you can stumble onto. This is how the FOTJ series sort of started, but now when I started doing that, it was mostly because I was in a specific area of a model and I spotted something that I was like, oh, that looks like this. This is more of just go random, choose something that could be interesting. Because what I like about this is that it's immediately setting up whatever I end up building around it to be an echo of the smaller part. So it's like a fractal like design method where whatever I end up doing is still very much close to the smaller parts of it, if that makes sense. Let's select it as well, just for some more dimension. And I really like this, but I think I'm going to end up deleting some anyway. So I'm interested to see, because I'm going to try to delete more from this as well, especially this section here. Like I don't want it to be fully extracted the way I'm doing it now. I'm just going to pare it down, but at least now I just want to get so tempted. Actually, hold on. What I should do is, yes, let's do that. I'll do these, but I do know that I'm going to delete some anyway and make it more a ring than it is a disk. So I'll just select all that. Why that's inconsistent drives me crazy. I'm sure there's like a sense to it. But you know, it does pay attention to where in the polygon place that, so okay, we'll just anticipate. Anticipate by needs. Okay, that's that. Actually, I kind of like that as it is now. All that. Is it good enough trauma with that one? Actually, yes, and then there's this. Okay, so it's the underside of that that I wanted to work with. That. Maybe none of it. Let's just see. I'm deciding on something I still need to take down, but for now, this is where I'll start, and then I think that's gonna be, because that could be cool. Really. Okay, let's work with that. Let's do it this way. Okay, so this is a selection, right? Let's see. I'm gonna assign this one. And then I go right. Okay, so that it's mirroring. No, it's not. Oh, it's doing that thing, that offset mirror again. So it's mirroring that because it's flipped. But I was gonna say if it's mirroring that, it's gonna mirror this too. But no, it's God. How much of a bad idea was this actually? That offset sort of musical chair style mirror. But I like that. So let's see. Let's look at you for now. Like nothing too committal. I'm just looking to see what jumps out at me. Although I am tempted now just to go. Wait, why is it on the cursor? Oh, okay, because it's probably set to the cursor there. After origin. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was. Okay, I do remember I needed another mod. I didn't want to add a mod just to prove some bullet point. That just needs to do that. Okay. I am tempted to also rotate this so it's not just flat, but okay, so then what I should do is I can always just make it wider. Because what's nice now is that this element, regardless of what I do with the rest of it, is going to be something that relates to that, at least for that section. Not mounted. It could be very simple. Although I really quite like it just doing that. So let's just clean this up and see what we get. I'm going to apply this mirror. Okay. I'm going to delete all of this. Although I shouldn't be doing this right now. The whole point of this section was just to get some general wider sort of forms, and then I can detail in later, but this can be addictive. I don't know, I like this part so much as well. Okay. No. Hello. There you go. Okay. Okay, maybe I should use that as a chance not to do. Is the obvious thing to do. Let's go in. Change loops. There's something that makes me want to do something that goes vertical this way too. Oh, that would be nice. Okay. But then where does the joint come in here? Is the question. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent. Okay. I'm gonna set this aside. I like it. It's definitely gonna make it in somehow. Doing something. Oh, I remember you. I remember you. Okay, not yet. Let's go back to our extraction. Okay, so oh yes, it was the wrist. Okay, so this was a snap I took from the video where they were demonstrating how that moves, and I remember one of the joints I looked at early on when I first started sort of coming up with this version of the project, that's gonna drive me crazy, was that that means I need to fix that somewhere. Shit, where is it? Okay, it is. It's near. It's near this. Is it you? Yes, it's you. Is the idea of the Canfield joint was something, because I've done a hexapod and I saw a Canfield joint for the first time and I thought, wow, there's something about that one that's just so cool and compact and angular. I know that this is not exactly a Canfield joint, but oh, can you just be finished? Can you just be finished? Where do you go? No, we don't. But it's fine. I can just. Wait. Can you just not be a gun of N? Wait. What is this? So that's what my priority is, to get the focus to be the joint itself. So I guess you are going to do that because why is it doing that? It's not. I guess it doesn't want to do that. Okay. Crap, I did something. Oh, it's just Control S. That's okay. I'm gonna remove that for now, and I'm gonna deal with that when I'm rendering the thumbnails, because I have to clean it up anyway. So whatever I end up doing needs to highlight the joint itself. So that's what this is now. Oh, I have to figure this one out too. Not now. It's such a small detail. Okay, I'll fix that. And then we're going to the extraction, which is now lost. There we are. Okay, oh, so okay. It needs to, like right now, I'm tempted to close it, but it needs to stay open. So let's just say, I remember thinking, legs, R, Y. Let's see, what is that? That's 60 degrees. Okay. It's kind of nice when it's at an angle like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's okay. So I'm going to take that and pair it to that. Okay. Oh, there is an odd way to join it, but that's fine. That's also quite nice. When it joins it that way, that's damn cool actually. Because then I can just have it sort of sticking out that way and close. But I quite like that it's got this brim Okay, so I don't know how you close. Okay, so I only looked at joints here, but I'm trying to figure out now. So we can go for a wheel or a leg or a knee or a foot. Can also go for something with some springs. I think I added. If you recall, that's how this particular project started. I started by using. I think it was either this one or this one. I wanted to use either one of these shock absorbers, but I'm wondering, because I gotta think about how it needs to animate as well. So like the spring to me just felt like it would have a nice sort of animated look to it. This is one of the more recent ones, because most of these came from the second hexapod I did, but I lost that model. So we're making a new model just so we can include that as well. I think it might be none of these. Although the closest one might be that one. I've always wanted to do something with that one. So maybe for now, let's just add it to do that. Solid object is not on the correct scale. 10 by 10 by 10. I know. What are you 10 by 10 by 10? Let's check. Okay, so just scale. I feel like I've added it 10 times already. Let's look for. Oh no. Oh no. This is model 6. Yeah, it's done it. Damn. Where is it though? It's here. Where is it? That's so weird. Does it still say 65? As long as it doesn't change. Am I doing something wrong? 82. Where the model's going? Okay. Delete hierarchy, right? Okay, let me see if I create a mesh, a cube, and then crazy. The question is why can't I see it? Wait, I'm in edit mode. No, I'm not. It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh, no. No, we didn't do anything. Exclude from view layer. I'll just try, wait, hold on. This is part of a collection. Okay, so I should see it now, right? Wait, so these were in the project model the whole time? No ways. No ways, blood. These were in the project the whole time. Yo. Remember, this is how this one started. We started playing with these. Damn, okay. That kind of explains. No, but it's weird how it handled this project fine with no issue. Where is that? Yeah, I remember bringing these in. I want to change project file. That's brave. Where's the model though? Where is the model? Oh, there is the model. Oh, yes. Didn't remember. Where's the rest of you then? Where is the rest of you? Wait, yeah, where's that? There you are. Haha, I got you. Whoa, okay. Oh, okay. I need to change this. It's so weird how I built this thing, I set it, I shipped it, I've used it since, and then when I load it now, more recently, it's loading up like this. And but why? What set you off? Because I remember testing these over and over again to make sure that regardless of the environment, it comes in the right. But no. No. So, what scale are you? Are you the anchor? Yes, you are. Let's just look. So that's one. I didn't do that, but sure. Okay. So, how about a foot? I think a foot would be cool. So I guess we're going for something like an ankle. I don't know. I quite like. With actually, this is what I was thinking about for this one. Okay, hold on. And maybe doing it at an angle is not the worst idea. Oh, I'm so sorry. We should be doing something else, but this has my attention as well, because that's going to be such a cool transition here. So I think this needs to go a bit higher. So maybe this doesn't just close like this. Maybe that is because I'm really trying to shy away from the whole idea of always closing things up. I know a nice blank surface is nice, but oh, I think that's the frame there. So I'm going to follow that line. So I want to continue that here, because what I'm thinking is that's how it joins back. Maybe that just closes like that, and then that has a cool sort of thing when it flattens out there. And maybe I'll do the same. Maybe we'll use our good old friend transform orientations to create a face there and then mirror that there, so then that flattens on this side and then it just follows that shape. So maybe I don't return it I can always just mirror it back on, but I think it's I can remove this one. And that one is that one. I don't know, I'm probably doing this because I subconsciously know that this is the one I'm going to end up doing, but I have no idea. It doesn't feel like this is where a joint would be. But it does make for, like, just when you consider the scale, whatever scale this is, that could be like a nice sort of, could be a cool atrium in this space. Okay, so I'm lost again, so I'm going to go back to this. Oh, right. So it's that. So that's what I'm currently considering. I want to use that somehow. I don't want to force it though. Oh, so maybe there could be what kind of angle are you going? Oh, it's not. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. How the F do I do this? Okay, so I'm gonna rotate both of these 120 because I want to take this. Oh, it's gonna go the wrong way. It's gonna go the wrong way. Okay, it's fine. Actually, wait. Okay, we'll try this one first. Alright. And then I'm going to apply this. Right now, I'm just, this could go on for as long as it needs to know. If I can just find something that I can say, okay, this I like, it will be a good way to at least end this one, because this is essentially the next phase of this project. Is I now gotta find what I'm gonna use to sort of guide what I do next. Because those first two models were mostly just a warm-up, I reckon. Now actually I do need to decide on what I'm making. Just before the triangular piece. Nope. Oops. Okay. This could be interesting. I really want to cut this out. Maybe just a gouging out of sorts. Like what happens here, or even there. But so I'm thinking there could be something at this intersection. Oh, they're not. Oh, it's mirrored, but it's not mirrored, which would be nice. Like incomplete symmetry. Make it less boring. Because I'm thinking this is going to be a nightmare. No, that's fine. Is that there's something here. What the hell? Is it on the surface or something? No. What the hell? The control Z doesn't. How is the control Z not linked to this thing? Isn't control the one that is the alt? Is it shift? How do you erase? I always thought it was control. That's crazy. Okay, anyway. So view. So I'm thinking, actually this will continue, right? Maybe that rounds out there. Do a bit of rounding there. I was thinking there'll be something here. Terrible circles. Oh no. I need you to just this is exhausting. I needed to wait, can this thing draw shapes? That would be fun. If you could just draw a shape and grease pencil like this. No. Okay, what I should do is just use the geometry that's right in front of me. Really. Okay, so somewhere here. I should say this. Because I do anticipate, so we're no longer cleaning. We are. I think we're concepting again. So hold up. That's so weird how I kind of see a glimmer of something when I'm not like flat on the side, but more more so halfway in between. Because I mean these are right angles to one another, right? It's that way and then there's that way. But it's only when I'm like halfway through the turn do I see something I find interesting, which is weird. I don't know what that is, but it can stay. Okay. Oh, I should have used that time to make sure the example of what I meant earlier. Still right. Okay, so that is interesting. So let's see. We would drop down. Guess then that means that we need to move forward a bit. So we can just intersect with that. I like. Okay. And I guess what that means, because now I'm just looking at this and that. And then those would obviously, hold on. Okay, that's where the thing is. Wait, hold on. Okay, it's where the, wait, did I? Okay, so that's where the, where did I keep moving? Oh, I moved it. Idiot. That's where the empty is. My brain is struggling. Closer to selected. Okay, actually, what am I doing, man? Yes, like. Yes, I'm gonna say cursor to this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna paint that to that. So I think it's parent clear transformation. Because I'm thinking I need to apply rotation. No, I don't. Okay, so when this rotates on the x-axis, that's what it will hold. But then, of course, that means it would need to be cut off here. So then I think then that means so then that goes. At this point, not really committing to what this is. I don't actually know, but I'm just going with what is working for what it is right now. I don't think I want to remove the bottom one just yet, because I mean, I can't just, I really don't want to though. Okay, so now that I have a better idea that we are going to work with this in some way, X. Definitely not that. I definitely want the resting position to be somewhere here. And then but I also don't want it to be, because right now it's very this right heavy. Maybe how I could terminate this is just feel like I'm doing more of the same, but at least I've done this very thing on the other side, so it mirrors in its own weird way. Okay. I don't know, I just really hope I don't regret this height difference. But I need to join those up somewhere anyway, so that's going to be an interesting hinge point. So with that, okay, so what is our clearance looking like so far? So obviously there will be a limit there. What's that looking like? It would be nice if that could be it, if it could just flatten out, like that's the end of it. And then so that's the start of the limit 1. Then that's the end of limit 2. Whatever that is. So that's 1. That's 2. Oh, I was wrong. It's that with the flat being there, which Okay, so then I see then. I wonder how much of that. Let's just hide all of this. Hide. You're supposed to be in an environment, my friend. Oh, I think I didn't because I don't need to worry about it now. I needed them to stay visible. And I did just hide the environment, but then I found out. Why didn't I just put you there? Yikes. Okay. Let's just hide all of this. I like that one for some reason. I think I can just delete all of these. Even though those will be quite useful because they also are shapes that I've used already. But I can regret that later. Okay, so now. Okay. What is this? You should be visible. Okay. Which way would you be facing? 30. I guess it won't be exact because this is an angle, but this should be. Let us see. Oh, putting two of these will give a nice sense of scale. So, but it would be actually it would make more sense if you were rotated the other way. Because what I'm thinking about now, actually, let's just make the copies first. Because I do know how they would be. Actually, you know what? I know there's on the one hand I can look at actual biology and try to replicate that, but all I needed to do is that when so which one is which? Right, so there's that. Okay, so this needs to parent to that. This will be the grounded object. This is where the foot, where the ankle would be, and then oh, okay. So if anything, it should be rotating that way. So that's the resting state. No, this is the resting state. So minus 30. And then when the foot or whatever lands, okay, so then these or something like that. This is, whoa, forgot that that's happening as well. Damn. Why? Okay, so then you need to be process that, which again is 30, because I wanted to follow. Okay, that is weird, but I guess weird could be kind of cool. I don't know. No, 60. Damn it. I was at 30 again. Yeah, because at least now that's perpendicular to that edge. Yes, okay. Okay. So, but then it needs to move like this. Oh goodness, I hope that the engineers not watching, but ever watch. What is it again called ever watch? I feel like that sounds like a game. Because I know if I'm looking at this now, if I were given like this as a file and I said make that work into like a foot, I think I could do it, but it would just be a very, very, very painful challenge. And I'm also seeing that this is rotated wrong. Like this should be perpendicular to that, at the very least. 240 should be 270. No, actually no. This. So that's 90. But so 30. There we go. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so that's now perpendicular to this triangle. This needs to stay parallel to this one. So maybe line it up with that at some point. And then, so now I gotta parent this and that to that. So that when this is moving, or when it's rotating, that it's doing that as well. And then obviously those are going to be anchored to what comes below. So obviously these also need to be, this needs to be anchored here, and then they rotate so that they still maintain that. But I think for the most part, I want to leave it here because my brain is tired, but I do think that what I have here, because I really do think the very least I should do is not even just leave it at a foot, maybe a leg would be just enough to sort of get me sort of going on a full, because ideally a full body would be really cool, even if there's no head, just like body with arms and hands, that would be really cool. But I think right now we're going to start with a foot, but like one of those sort of like Gundam style, or not even Gundam, is it? It's you know those ones with the really sharp, long, elegant sort of features that look really extra. I guess this is the best way I could describe it. Yeah, definitely one of those. I think I wanna style it something like that. But I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. I really am feeling this one in terms of what this could be. And it's definitely something I would not have designed myself, which is why like I feel like it was such a good idea just to sort of build something arbitrary first and then use that as the base to pull some shapes out of. Because I knew the base idea is that I need to make something that's a part of a joint, or that will highlight a joint. So at least now I now have an idea, and whatever models I make now, I can just base them all around the shapes that I already have, and I won't have to worry about certain elements looking out of place because they all come from the same place. So I think with that I need to leave it. Oh, I'm really excited about that though, because that can be a nice sort of hollow section with a lot of the bulk work being done here. Like if you can imagine the foot, or even the foot Well, this could go crazy. Because I just saw, like, while I was orbiting around. Come on. What I just saw. Is that I can definitely leave some sections open. I can try to leave as much open as I can. So that still keeps the clearance. Yeah. That really wants to be like wheels of sorts, but no. But I think something that's going to be cool here is just having this being off axis. Even though probably the most sensible thing I think mechanically would be to keep it in axis, but I think for the most part, I think this is a good place to leave it and a good place to start in next week's stream. Oh damn, Peter, are you still here? Wait, my audio is low. Damn, hold on, let me see. Sorry, I should have been paying attention to the chat. Shit, I didn't realize my audio was low. It says my audio is looking fine. Are you still there, Peter? Peter Pauls. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. I usually get no chats on these streams, and then the times I do get chats, I don't look at chats at all. But I don't know, it's sitting low because you just get lost in thought. So I'm really sorry if the audio is really low. Yeah, but anyway, I think I am going to end the stream here. You shared some date just to make sure that it's done. But I'm really looking forward to this. This has some really cool potential. So that's what we'll be working on next week. Is just I want to spend that whole stream just working through getting this to resemble a foot. Now that I know that I'm gonna, at least we're starting off by focusing on the foot aspect, and then I want to keep it that small just so the idea doesn't intimidate me as much, because I spiraled just now and I said, oh, let's just do a whole thing. It's like, no, we'll start with the foot, see how that works, because I know that I'm gonna go too extra on some parts, but I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. You can come back next week, Monday, same time, 2:30 SAST, to see me carry on with this model. On Wednesdays, you can find me on my Rumble channel, where I'm currently working on an oil sampan. I'm really liking where that design is right now. You don't have to catch it live. It's up there and available for anyone to watch at any time. You just have to be logged in, which is so lame of Rumble. Like, I realized, like, if you don't have a Rumble account and you're not logged in, you can't watch any of the videos, I think. Well, I couldn't check out my own stream. And then on Fridays on my Patreon, I stream. I'm currently working on a maintenance spider bot controller, which is a weird idea, and I'm taking it to an even weirder place. That you have to catch live, because once it's done, it's put on a paywall for tiered members. But that's up to you. At the end of it, the time-lapse video I make does make its way to YouTube, so if you wait for a bit, you'll be able to see that. But it's a really exciting project for me right now, and if you want to catch it live, you know where to find me. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good week, and I'll catch you back here next week.